What's going on, guys? This is Defy Noah.
And this is, you know who it is.
And this is going to be the pilot episode for a new series we want to try out,
Which is called Flashbacks.
So essentially what we're going to do is every episode we're going to tell some random story or other thing of that nature. Whatever's... I don't even know what I was saying there. Anyway, we're going to just tell a random story each episode on a certain topic or something that you guys can suggest in the comments. At the end of some episodes, we might ask you guys to vote on who you think had the best story.
Yeah, and we will admit that we did kind of get the inspiration, I guess, from Robin vs. George, which is a really old series that Robin Gaming and the Legacy Archive did.
But pretty much we just had a bunch of funny stories that we think are worth sharing, and that was the best way to say it, or best way to say them.
Yeah. So for this pilot episode, we're going to be telling a story from that we both had equal, or not really equal, but we both were, happened to us. So we're going to be telling it from both of our perspectives, and we're just going to be swapping through like.
Let's just get into it because it's more funny if you don't.
Yeah, it is the most insane thing that has ever happened to me.
So gather around, kids, because now we're going to hear the story about how Siege almost got arrested at the ripe old age of 15.
Okay.
I might be exaggerating a little bit.
I wouldn't have got arrested. Actually, that lady was pretty persistent.
Okay,
anyway,
let's go. Let me just give a bit of backstory. So this occurred last summer. I think it was in early July, right? When I was still 16.
It was August.
Okay, maybe not. Anyway, I was taking a course to become a swim instructor and a lifeguard and stuff, and pretty much part of what you have to do is you have to actually go and teach swimming lessons like with someone who actually has a job there. So I had been doing this during the summer. I'd been doing it every day for like a couple hours a day, and this had been going on for 2 weeks, and we kind of got into a routine where Cole would come and like hang out outside the Magna Center, and then we'd meet after so we could chill.
Yeah, and this one time I woke up really early and I didn't have anything to do, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go wait for him like in the actual facility where he was doing his swimming course. And so that day he was teaching little kids, like 3-year-olds or whatever.
Let me just say, there's like a normal size pool, whatever, and then there's a little kiddie pool. And right now, like, I did multiple lessons every day, and I was teaching little like 2-year-old kids. And right beside the big kiddie pool, there's like huge, like 20-foot tall windows, like along that whole wall, so parents can sit outside and not get like chlorine gassed and shit and watch their kids.
Yeah. So I decided to fucking go at the window and watch Noah because I was bored, right? And I had nothing to do. So I went in the Magna Center, or the facility's called the Magna Center, by the way. But anyways, I go in and I'm watching him through the window. And keep in mind that there was a huge glare on the window and he could not see me, okay? So the friggin', I'm watching him for about 10 minutes. And I'm kind of like rocking back and forth because, I'm getting really like bored because I'm like standing still. So there's a couple ladies like in the corner like of the swimming area, and this one lady walked up in front of me on the other side of the glass and said, "What are you looking at? What are you looking at?" I'm like, and I started pointing at Noah. I was like, him.
And I'm oblivious to this the whole time, by the way. I was focusing on actually trying to not screw stuff up.
Yeah. So I'm like pointing at him, right? And then the lady's like, "The kids?" And I'm like, no, not the kids. My friend, the lifeguard or whatever. And like, "I don't believe you." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Go ask him. He knows who I am." And they're like, "Okay." So she goes to ask him, and then you tell what happened here.
Okay, so like I think Cole already mentioned this, but the windows, how they work is they were on like two walls, like adjacent to each other. So basically, the sun was coming in, and you couldn't see anything but silhouettes out through the window. So she goes up to me. I'm totally like confused. I didn't know what the hell she was talking about because she comes up, she randomly points to the glass, and she's like, "Do you know that man?" And I didn't even know where she pointed, but I didn't want to be like, huh? So I look over and I see this dude like sitting in some huge hoodie and like a beanie cap, some creepy silhouette sitting there, and I'm like, no, I'm not really sure who that is. So then she's like, okay. She fucking storms off.
Okay.
And then...
So at this point, she comes back in front of the glass and she says, he said he doesn't know you. I'm like, you're such an idiot. I know who he is. His name's Noah. And she's like, what? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So I'm like, okay. So there's a door like at the end of the hall. So she goes to the door. I meet her there and we're talking. And I said, Kate, I know who that guy is. And his name's Noah. I told him your age and stuff. I'm like, I'm his friend and I'm hanging out with him after. And I wanted to wait here. And she was like, I still don't believe you. I'm like, the guy knows who I am. Say the guy is there's a guy waiting there. His name's Cole, and he'll know who I am. And she's like, no, I don't believe you. I want you to leave this facility right now. I'm like, why? I'm doing nothing wrong. She's like, you're watching the kids. I'm like, I swear. I was like, okay, you know what? I am not watching the kids. I am not a perv. And she's like, you know what? Just leave.
I'm pretty sure at one point you had your phone out too, didn't you?
Yeah. I was on my phone. I was on my
man.
So she like stormed off, like went to talk to other people, and then like more of the ladies came to me to talk to me. They're like, why are you watching my kids? Because it was the mom, right? The mom came over. She was like,
dude, wait, serious?
Yeah.
She's never told me.
Well, I'll tell you now. So the mom came over. She's like, why are you watching my kid? I'm like, lady, I'm not watching your kid. I'm watching my friggin' friend who was the lifeguard helping your kid swim. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna go ask the guy. And then at this point, I guess Noah could tell who I was. So you tell me. You remember this part?
Yeah, so she comes back again. She's like, he says he knows you. I'm like, what? And she points over, and Cole at this point, he's like tapping on the glass and shit, and like waving at me, and I see him, and I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I do. And she's like, oh, thanks for telling me that now. I'm like, oh, there was glare, like I can see. And then she went back over,
and then she just like, she didn't even walk over to me. She just kept walking and looked at me like she was an idiot, or she's just pissed off. And then I was like, oh my god, they thought I was a fucking perv the whole time.
And then, okay, and then the best part was the next day, he comes back and, okay, so also in the pool area, there's like, if you go upstairs, like from the lobby, you can get to this like observation deck over the pool. There's no glass or anything. It's literally just like bleachers up there. And he's sitting there, again, watching me like teach the little kids. And she, at the end of the lesson, she walks up to, like, she stormed up to you, didn't she?
Yeah, she walked up to me, the same person from the day before, and she's like, are you here to watch your friend again? And I'm like, yes, I'm here to watch my friend again. And she says, well, I don't want you to be in here, so leave. I'm like, you can't kick me out. I'm doing nothing wrong. And she's like, I will go talk to the staff if you don't leave. I'm like, you know what? Fine. So I left. And it was, oh my god, like,
and then she comes up to me after, like, while I'm, like, talking to the parents, and she's like, oh, by the way, you need to tell your friend to stop, because, like, people are getting pissed, like, parents and stuff, so we're gonna have to call the police or something if he keeps coming and creeping on them. I don't remember, that's not exactly what she said, but that was the gist of it.
Oh my god.
And
so, like, I was, like, when this happened, and she kept coming back to me to talk to me, I was pissing myself laughing because I was like, oh my god, I gotta tell Noah this later, because he's just like, and the fact that he said he didn't know me just made it so fucking funny because they thought I was a perv just watching the little kids swim. But
and then you didn't come back after that, did you?
No, I never came back. So stupid.
I don't think you've ever actually been there again, because we used to, like, when we were smaller, we used to always just go swimming there and stuff.
We were small.
Okay, not small, you know what I mean.
Younger.
Like when we were younger. But I'm pretty sure you just get kicked out now. So
I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty ridiculous.
And, well, basically, yeah, there's not much more to tell.
Yeah, nothing
So
more.
I don't know if this was actually interesting. I can't believe we managed to ramble on about this for like 10 minutes now.
But yeah.
But
Hopefully
tell
you
us in the
guys
comments
enjoyed
if you think this was actually funny, and if this is something that you want to see in the future, and if you do, what you want us to talk about next.
Yeah, and this was kind of like a little special thing for the pilot, but later on we kind of want to do a couple like versus episodes, so it's like we each tell a story and then you guys vote which one was funnier.
Yeah, we already said that at the beginning.
Well, whatever. I'm repeating it again because why
It's
not?
been this long since the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
We can't tell time anymore. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Let us know below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you guys.